TIFU by opening my fiancé's DMs in Los Angeles. Let me take you on a roller coaster ride through one of the most heart-stopping days of my life. The wound is still fresh, so grab a drink and get comfy. You might need it. The discovery. It all started on a brutally sunny Thursday afternoon in Los Angeles. The kind of day where the palm trees sway lazily against a backdrop of a cerulean sky. Yet inside my heart, storm clouds brewed ominously. My fiancé had just stepped into the shower, leaving me in our cozy apartment, a sanctuary adorned with mismatched furniture, eclectic art pieces we had collected from our travels, and the faint scent of vanilla candles wafting through the air. The bright California sun streamed through the windows, illuminating the room, but despite the picturesque scene outside, I felt a heaviness in my chest, a creeping anxiety that had been building for weeks. I had spent the day juggling work stress, battling the relentless California heat, and the looming wedding plans that were supposed to be exciting but were now overwhelming. I felt like a circus clown trying to keep all the plates spinning while balancing on a unicycle, each task threatening to topple my carefully constructed facade of control. The stress of wedding preparations, guest lists, seating charts, catering options had begun to eat away at my nerves, leaving me with a gnawing feeling in the pit of my stomach. In a desperate attempt to escape the chaos swirling around me, I turned to my phone, scrolling through Instagram, Reddit, and whatever else could distract me from the overwhelming emotions crashing over me like waves on a rocky shore. My mind raced through a mental checklist. Was I making the right choices for the wedding? Would our families get along? Would I be a good wife? Just when I thought I could find some solace in the online world, I stumbled across a notification on my fiancé's Instagram. A few new DMs had popped up and my curiosity piqued. Now, we've always had this unspoken rule. We don't snoop through each other's phones, but we don't hide things either. I figured, why not take a peek? What harm could it do? Spoiler alert, it did a lot of harm. As I opened his messages, my heart sank and a chill crawled up my spine. The first thing I saw was a name attached to a deleted account. The username so cryptic it sent shivers down my spine. My gut twisted as I clicked in, the suspense thick enough to cut with a knife. The messages unfurled before me like a horror film, years worth of exchanges filled with playful winks, teasing memes, and to my horror, even photos of lingerie. My heart raced, pumping adrenaline through my veins as if I had just run a marathon. Who the hell is this woman? My stomach churned. The possibility that my fiancé might have been cheating on me felt like a punch to the gut, a betrayal I couldn't have fathomed, an emotional gut punch that knocked the wind out of me. We were set to get married in less than 5 months, and the foundation of trust I thought we had built seemed to crumble around me, like dry sand slipping through fingers. The images and words danced mockingly before my eyes, taunting me with their implications. He had never given me a reason to doubt him, and yet here I was, spiraling down a rabbit hole of suspicion and betrayal. My mind whirled with questions. Had he been lying to me all along? Was I just another notch on his belt, another girl in a long line of conquests? The thought made bile rise in my throat, and I could feel the heat rising to my cheeks, my fists clenching as anger boiled within me like a bubbling cauldron, a tempest ready to erupt at any moment. The confrontation, with my heart pounding like a bass drop at a Coachella rave, I knew I had to confront him. The energy in the room shifted, heavy with unspoken words, every second stretching into an eternity. I wiped the tears from my eyes, wiped my trembling hands on my jeans, and marched toward the bathroom like a warrior heading into battle, ready to fight for the truth. I threw open the shower curtain, revealing my fiancé, naked, glorious, and blissfully unaware of the storm raging inside me. The water cascaded off his chiseled body, sparkling in the light like diamonds on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he looked up at me, surprise etched on his face, water droplets tracing the lines of his torso like the rivulets of sweat I could feel collecting on my brow. Looking to join, he joked, flashing that cocky grin that usually melted my heart. But today, oh no, today it ignited my fury. Who the hell is this woman? I shouted, waving his phone in front of him like a weapon, every word laced with disbelief and anger, my voice rising like the tide ready to crash against the rocks. His eyebrows shot up in genuine confusion, but I could see the gears turning in his mind. and his smirk quickly faded, replaced by a look of concern that only fueled my fury. "What are you talking about?" he asked, glancing between me and the phone. The very air around us crackled with tension, and I could feel the temperature in the room rise as adrenaline coursed through me. It was as if we were standing in the eye of a hurricane, the winds of confusion and anger swirling around us. My pulse raced, pounding in my ears like the bass from a nearby club, drowning out any rational thought. I could feel the rage boiling over, each pulse echoing with the betrayal I was convinced had just unraveled in front of me, a heart-wrenching betrayal that threatened to tear us apart. "I'm just as surprised as you are," he protested, looking genuinely baffled, his face a mix of fear and disbelief. "I swear, I don't know this girl." The panic in his voice sent waves of uncertainty crashing over me, each word an attempt to steady the ship that felt like it was sinking. I had prepared my best Valley Girl voice, hoping to dismantle his defenses with sarcasm and wit. "Oh, really? Because this looks pretty damn suspicious to me," I yelled, scrolling to the most recent messages with a dramatic flourish, my heart racing faster with every accusation that left my mouth. The reveal, and then I saw it, a picture of a guinea pig. My heart did a double take, a fleeting moment of joy amidst the chaos. "Oh hell, I love guinea pigs," I exclaimed, my indignation briefly forgotten as I found myself smiling at the memory of my childhood pet, a little ball of fluff I used to cuddle on lazy afternoons. But then a chilling realization struck me, as if a bolt of lightning had illuminated a dark sky. I had seen that guinea pig before. I had owned one years ago, back in my social media glory days, when my life was filled with selfies, brunch dates, and cute pet pictures that filled my feed with joy. Suddenly, the laughter bubbled up from within me like a volcanic eruption, and I couldn't stop it, the absurdity of the situation crashing over me like a tidal wave. "Wait a minute! This is me!" I gasped between laughs, my heart racing in disbelief as the pieces of the puzzle clicked together in my mind, aligning in a way that made everything suddenly clear. My fiancé's expression morphed from confusion to utter relief, as if he had just dodged a bullet that could have blown our relationship apart. "What the hell are you talking about?" he asked, utterly bewildered, his brows knitting together in concern as he tried to process my revelation. I could see the tension slowly melting away, and his worry transformed into sheer disbelief as I connected the dots in front of him. I was gasping for air, half laughing, half crying, the weight of my earlier accusations feeling absurd now. "These messages are from my old Instagram account. I deleted it almost a year ago. We forgot all about these." I couldn't believe it. All that anger, all that heartache, and it turned out to be a wild misunderstanding. My fiancé's relief washed over me like a warm wave, and the look on his face was priceless, like he had just won the lottery while simultaneously being informed he'd also been given a lifetime supply of kale. "Oh my God, are you serious?" he exclaimed, disbelief giving way to laughter as the tension evaporated into thin air, leaving behind a sweet, lingering sense of relief. The aftermath. Now we sit together in the living room, both fresh out of the shower, the sun setting over the city, casting golden rays through the windows, illuminating the room with a warm, inviting glow. The initial tension has melted away, replaced with a sense of ridiculousness and gratitude for the love we shared, a love that had weathered the storm of confusion. We're debating whether or not to welcome a guinea pig into our little family, both of us still chuckling at the absurdity of it all, as we ponder the cute little creature that might soon scamper across our living room floor. My heart feels lighter, the weight of suspicion and fear lifting off my shoulders like the California fog disappearing in the morning sun, replaced with relief and joy. "Can you believe this?" I asked, shaking my head, still unable to wrap my mind around how it all unfolded. "I thought I was about to walk out of here and break off our engagement," I chuckled, the irony hitting me like a ton of bricks as I replayed the scene in my mind, the absurdity of my actions. He shook his head, laughing along with me as if the tension of the last hour had never existed, and the memory of my anger felt like a distant nightmare. "I was so confused," he said, running a hand through his hair, still in disbelief. "You know I would never cheat on you. I mean, this is LA. You're the only one I want to share this crazy life with." His sincerity wrapped around me like a warm embrace, reminding me of the love and trust we had built together over our years together. In that moment, I realized just how deep our love ran. Sure, we were crazy and impulsive, but we were also strong enough to weather the storm together. More united than ever, our bond solidified by this ridiculous turn of events. We spent the next hour laughing, replaying the absurdity of the confrontation. I teased him about his lack of social media presence, joking that he should check his DMs more often. "What if I hadn't found those messages?" I said, winking. "You'd still be blissfully unaware of my secret guinea pig-loving identity." We both burst into fits of laughter, the earlier tension dissipating like the last rays of sunlight slipping below the horizon. As the sun set, the city began to light up around us, the twinkling lights of Los Angeles mirroring the stars that began to dot the sky. It felt like a perfect backdrop for a rom-com scene, one where the couple realizes they're truly meant for each other despite the drama. My fiancé wrapped his arms around me, pulling me close as we sank into the couch, both still chuckling about how close I had come to ruining what we had. "Can you believe how quickly I jumped to conclusions?" I asked, nestling into his side, feeling grateful that we could laugh about it now. "It's so unlike me to act like that." He looked down at me, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "You have to admit, it made for one hell of a story. Just think of the content we can create for our future guinea pig." We started brainstorming names for a potential new pet, throwing out ridiculous ideas like Sir Fluffington and Guinness the Pig. Each suggestion had us in stitches, and I couldn't help but feel that this shared experience had brought us even closer. After a while, our laughter subsided and a comfortable silence enveloped us. I looked around our cozy apartment, which suddenly felt more like a home than ever. I remembered how many memories we had already created here and how many more awaited us. "I'm glad I didn't mess everything up," I murmured, leaning my head against his shoulder. "I can't imagine my life without you." He smiled softly, brushing a strand of hair behind my ear. "Neither can I. Just remember, if you ever have doubts, talk to me instead of jumping to conclusions. I'm always here for you." His words were a gentle reminder that communication was the key to our relationship, a lesson I would carry forward. We ended the night cuddled up on the couch, watching silly YouTube videos about guinea pigs and laughing at the antics of adorable pets. The initial fear that had gripped me earlier in the day felt like a distant memory, replaced with warmth and love. I realized that even the craziest moments could lead to growth and understanding in our relationship, a testament to our ability to navigate life's uncertainties together. I found suspicious messages on my fiancé's phone that made me think he was cheating, but they turned out to be from my old deleted account. I freaked out, and he was relieved to learn he wasn't in trouble. Love prevails, and we're seriously considering adopting a guinea pig after all.